18 creative types selected through a competitive juried exhibition process. At first glance, the tree of luminous surprises appears as still and unassuming as any living tree. But look a little more closely and you'll discover little doors along the trunk, revealing a variety of views into the many ways trees contribute to and influence our lives. When an acorn falls, it has a 1 in 10,000 chance of becoming a tree. 1 in 10,000 reflects on the 10,000 acorns that were statistical players in the life of this single majestic oak. Ash anxiety. Look out! The emerald ash borer is heading toward Minnesota. With its sculpture of the insect in an ash cage, naturally, ash anxiety helps visitors identify this destructive pest and learn about the effect it could have on our environment in the future. There's 12 terrible treeological teasers. Enjoy a little-known and non-horticultural aspect of trees, their unique sense of humor, which you can experience on the surface of the stumps adjacent to the walk through the wildflower garden. Now is not the time to act like a tree and leave, okay? Get it? Twirling maple seed, artist Mary Carroll from Minneapolis. Winged maple seeds evoke childhood memories of whirlybirds fluttering to the ground and imaginary flight. Twirling maple seed is a kinetic, wind-powered sculpture that encourages visitors to ponder the contrast of the tiny seed head against the endless blue sky. Breathing room. One of the most fundamental qualities that trees and humans share is the ability to breathe. Breathing room reinforces the notion of breathing by allowing air and light to pass through its gill-like panels. The tree eye rediscover the calming, organic forms and intriguing textures of trees by looking at them in a whole new way. The tree eye uses a kaleidoscope, a hybrid between a telescope and a kaleidoscope, to let visitors view the surrounding environment through a magical, transforming lens. Temple of Arbology. Throughout the history of the world up to the present, trees play an important role in people's lives. The Temple of Arbology, inspired by classic Greek proportions of a temple and mythology, celebrates the role of Minnesota trees and their varied personality. Design, build, landscape contractors. Trees capture our imagination for their size and strength and are a powerful symbol of potential. Tree Fi Fo Fum is an interactive monument that celebrates the girth of some of Minnesota's and the country's largest trees, the precision building and remodeling. Glimpse into the life of a family of trees with Home Sweet Home. The house-like entry creates an imaginary boundary where the trees are the residents and humans are just visiting. Their collaborators were Rich Brothers Construction and Knock Incorporated. A typical cross-section of a tree trunk reveals concentric layers of cell types, each serving distinct and vital biological purposes. Treehenge translates those layers into a three-dimensional, habitable space. Collaborators, Marcy Hilleman and Veronica Phillips. In Twist, you can reflect on and feel the support of the tree's structure from a perch on a grapevine form. Enter the closed helical shape made of river grapevine, formed to and tensioned between two maple trees. A tree provides shelter from sun and rain, a shady spot to rest, and a place to play in the dappled light of a setting summer sun. With its sprays of yellow and orange fabric representing majestic shafts of light, Emergent encourages visitors to reflect on their own memories of trees. Shade tree is a large silhouette image of a tree cut into a freestanding wall. One side of the wall is covered with green leafy plants, the other is covered with salvaged trees and branches. It's difficult to imagine how a sapling can grow into a 60-foot tall tree, but Tree Shadow helps visitors picture just how far a tree has to grow on its journey to adulthood. Set next to a small young tree, the mosaic sculpture simulates the shadow the tree will cast when it's mature. Number 16 is Nodding Sentinels, designed by Dan Noyer of Vesper College in Minneapolis. With their colorful orbs of stained wood nodding toward the shimmering metal troughs below, Nodding Sentinels were inspired by the mountain ash, also known as the rowan tree, and its brilliant red fruit. Collaborator was Crown Plastics. By experiencing this false forest in a natural setting, visitors can revisit their thoughts about solitude, isolation, self-reflection, and connection to the world around them to better understand that they are not separate from nature, but infinitely connected. Rock-a-bye, oak leaf in the treetop. When the wind blows, these cradles will rock. When you swing gently and look at the sky, you'll feel like a leaf swaying way up so high.